right, welcome to another edition of the Press Box. Brian Carson here with my co-host Kenny Varner. And Kenny V, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, doing awesome, doing awesome. How about yourself?
Oh, pretty good. Can't complain. Trying to stay busy as you are, and we got a good show tonight. We have Matt Silks and the Honorary Wrestling Federation coming on to talk about their Nightmare show coming up on October 28th. We are waiting for them to get here. Until then, we'll talk. We'll BS for a while until we get Silks and them on. Okay, last week I watched it on the stream. You covered it.
Mm-hmm.
Bald Eagle area Clearfield football. 13-7 Bald Eagle area lost to Clearfield. One of the best high school football games I have seen in a long time. Would you agree?
Oh, most definitely. It was a nail biter. I know I say that a lot, but this one was truly one that went down to the very final seconds.
Yeah, it just everything you wanted in a game, back and forth. There wasn't much scoring, but there was plenty of action. And then Clearfield scored late in the game. Bald Eagle came down. Got to what was about the 13?
Yep, 13.
Of Clearfield, and then Nagel was running. Quarterback Carson Nagel of Bald Eagle was running, trying to make a play happen, got hit and fumbled, and Clearfield recovered, and that was the game. Bald Eagle fans and the coaches wanted the hand moving forward, but you and I were talking before, earlier today, and I don't think that his hand was going forward. I think it was a legitimate call by the refs. It was a fumble.
Yeah, I was only a couple feet away, and it was. I don't think there was any question, and I was kind of surprised whenever I saw that the coach was questioning it. But any kind of close play like that, you got to.
Oh yeah,
definitely. But yeah, it was clearly a fumble, and it's just. It was terrible. It came down to that with the. It should have been actually. I think that if the rain would have stayed away, it would have been a different contest. We got hit the first half of the first quarter, and it rained in buckets, and it just poured. I mean,
yeah.
I still notes that are still soaking wet. So, but yeah, it would have been a different ballgame, I'm sure.
Yeah, I was lucky. I'm watching the stream, so I was nice and dry.
No.
I saw you there, though. I saw you down the sidelines. I felt for you.
But it was fun. I mean, that's something that doesn't happen all the time, and if it wouldn't be, that the papers you're writing on, got soaking wet and you lost half your statistics, it would have been a perfect night.
Yeah, that's what I used to hate too. Covering games like that was your notes. You're trying to keep stats, and there's nothing left of them when it's done.
Yep.
Just shriveled up paper and ripped to shreds.
Yeah, when mine was done, I know toilet paper that was thicker than my notes whenever I got done. It was unbelievable. We're a last of a dying breed though too. You see a lot of people that cover stuff now. They're up in the press box. They're using laptops. They're using there's very few people that I see using notes.
Yeah, they're using those score pads.
Mm-hmm.
And all that. Yeah, I remember one time, pain in the ass, man, but I was covering EJ football when they had football. And it was a downpour, and all my stats, it's like I knew they were going to be ruined. So I did the whole game on my recorder.
Oh, wow.
Do you know how stupid that was? Because I had to go back, and you're on deadline. I had to go back to the office and play the recorder and chart every play.
Uh, and the office is definitely not a quiet place when you go back there either.
No,
Wow.
that was a long time ago. But all right, while we're waiting for them, Matt Silks and the people of the Honorary Wrestling Federation, let's do our football stuff, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right, we got the rankings. Give them a little shout out. Billy Splain and his guys do a great job there. Billy, a friend of ours, Pennsylvania Football News, and we'll showcase them right here. Wrong one. PAFootballnews.com, their rankings, and we always do this with District 6. The District 6 rankings, not many on, but there's some. 6A, State College, still an honorable mention. AAA, Central's ranked 9th. AA, Richland is 3rd. United is 9th. And Bald Eagle area, unfortunately, after losing to Clearfield, fell out of the rankings, but they are still honorable mention. But that's it. Only 5 teams in District 6 are even in the honorable mention or the rankings. So,
well, that's not like last year. Last year, it seemed like we had quite a few.
you bet. Last week's scores, Mifflin County 42-35 over Milton Hershey. Amazing. I listened to that game on the radio. It was on Thursday night. Mifflin County down 20-0 in that game. Rallied thanks to Deacon Schaefer. He had 232 yards, I believe, and 6 total touchdowns. They rallied. They pretty much saved their season there, Kenny.
Oh, most definitely. And one of the most deceiving statistics on the night for that is that Mifflin County was actually outplaying Milton Hershey, and they were down 20-0. I know that sounds odd, but Milton Hershey had a couple big plays, but on the ground game, Schaefer was just blasting them and tiring them out. And by the time the second half came, that defense was and Icorn also got hot. So the air raid did what it could. Deacon Schaefer led it, and then once they start focusing on Deacon, they went to the air attack, and Icorn was automatic, and he was sizzling by the time the game ended. So yeah, it was a great win. It's like a team finding its moxie again. They had it at the beginning of the season. Might have lost it a couple games, but it looked like they were back. And if they stay healthy, some good things are going to continue to happen for them.
And it was a really good game. They have we'll talk about that. They have Hershey coming up next, but which is a really big game. Hershey 5-2, good football team. Battle of Center County and Phillipsburg eked out a 14-13 win over Bellefonte. And yet I saw the stats, Ken, and Bellefonte actually outgained Phillipsburg, but didn't come up where it counted on the scoreboard.
No, and it's a heartbreaker because Bellefonte lost on a field goal attempt at the end that just was too short. A couple of yards short. So they were that close to picking up the win for the first time this season.
Then we had Mount Union on a roll. They beat easier than I thought. Juniata Valley 35-14. And then Penns Valley, which is no shame here, playing state-ranked Central, lost 28-14. But Penns Valley's reeling right now. They've lost 3 out of their last 5. State College crushed Carlisle 55-20. And Sheffy, crazy, only had 21 yards in that game.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I do. I still think, Kenny, you and I said it. He missed a game that he missed the Downingtown East game with injury, and I don't think he's healthy.
No.
Even though he's been playing, this isn't what he did, not even close to what he did last year.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he was blowing everybody away every game.
And then we talked about Clearfield 13-7 over Bald Eagle area, and Juniata picked up their fourth win in a row, 48-28 over Boiling Springs. The Bubblers. The Bubblers. I love that nickname. The Bubblers of Boiling Springs. And they probably shouted as they left the field to Juniata, "Wait till wrestling season." Because they do have a good wrestling team, Boiling Springs.
Yeah, and it was also the return of running back Seth Lobb to back to the starting lineup. So I was glad to see him come off.
You covered that, right, or not?
No.
That's right. You're covering Juniata this week.
This week, yep.
It's going to be a good one, Upper Dauphin. We're going to talk about that right now.
Awesome.
Well, not right now, but we're going to do the preview games of this week. So I just found out from you that Matt Silks and the HWF people will not be on this week. They are not able to make it. So no Honorary Wrestling Federation. We'll just do what we do, man. We'll riff and do the football stuff.
Sounds good.
All right. We did last week's scores, previewed who's ranked. Now we get to this week's games. And this one, there is no doubt which game is game of the week. Harrisburg, 6-1. Honorable mention in the state, takes on State College, 5-1. Honorable mention in the state. And this is a battle which is going to decide, just like it did last year, it is going to decide the Mid-Penn Commonwealth Division. And last year, they split. State College won the regular season. Harrisburg won when it counted. They beat State College in the state semifinals last year. And this could be the beginning of another rematch in the state semifinals. Harrisburg, they beat CD East last week. Closer than expected, 34-27. They're led by their Sean Lee, their do-everything quarterback. Last week he ran. It was his legs, 128 yards and 4 touchdowns. And Nehemiah Ewell, their starting running back, 179 yards and a score. Harrisburg, like we said, only got 21 from Sheffy, but they didn't need him. Corkery threw 2 more touchdowns. Michael Gall, 6 catches, 104 yards. And backup running back Travis Bechtel, 2 touchdowns. What can you say about this one, Kenny? The Cougars and the Little Lions, Mid-Penn Commonwealth, the 2 best teams in the Commonwealth, going to be a great game.
Oh, most definitely. This is one that you wonder if it's going to be on TV to watch as the game of the week. If not, it should be. I look for State College to come out on top, even though Harrisburg is doing so well. But you got arrested Sheffy if he's healthy, and you've got the emergence of their quarterback. I forget what his name was.
Sean Lee. Oh, yeah, you mean Corkery?
Yeah,
for
Corkery.
State College.
For State College, yeah. So now they have a 2-headed monster, and the defense of State College. Well, that's pretty much a staple in Little Lions, lore. There, that's what they're known for, and this year's no exception.
And Harrisburg last year, that's what their defense is what got them into the state finals, but then they got smacked around by St. Joe's Prep. But not the same. Their defense is okay, but it's not the same as last year. So my thoughts on this game, is State College has that two dimensions now. If Sheffy's healthy, they can run and pass, and defense is solid. Harrisburg the same way. I mean, it's just both teams. Wow. Both teams' strength, tough against tough. But you know what I am. You know how I am, Kenny. When it's two close teams in every way, shape, and form, I give an extra nod to home team. So I'm going to go State College in this one. I think it's going to be a really, really good game. I think it's going to be 34-31 State College.
Okay, I think it's going to be 28-27 State College.
All right. Yeah, it's going to be a close one. Next up, Hershey, 5-2, comes to town to take on Mifflin County, 4-3 in a Mid-Penn Keystone game. Hershey, tough. The Trojans are tough, my friend. Their only losses, McDevitt and Cedar Cliff.
Mm-hmm.
They are good. They lost last week 42-7 to McDevitt. Everybody's going to lose to McDevitt. McDevitt held him to only 159 total yards, but make no mistake, man, there's nothing flashy. This could be a quick game because they are a running team, and Mifflin County likes to run. Angel Cabrera, 943 yards and 14 touchdowns on the year for Hershey.
Wow.
And then, and they also use 14 touchdowns. That's quite a bit. And they also they have Derek Guzman and Carter Klein, who are like in the 300-yard range. So a three-headed backfield. Tough team. Mifflin County, Deacon Schaefer last week, 238 yards, 5 on the ground, 6 touchdowns. I got to do some Schaefer love here. He has 927 yards on the season. His 6 touchdowns last week was a Mifflin County single-game record. He has 28 touchdowns overall, which is a Husky program record in history. He's 73 yards away from being the first Mifflin County rusher, Husky, to have consecutive 1,000-yard seasons. And he needs 121 yards to be the all-time leading rusher in Husky history.
And that would be Hidley that has it now?
Gage Schaefer.
Oh, Gabe Schaefer. Okay.
Yeah, Heath Hidley is third in the all-time list, but Gage Schaefer is the all-time leader in rushing, and he's got 3 games to get 121 yards. I mean, Schaefer's going to get it. I mean, knock on wood, let's pray, unless he gets hurt, and we don't want that.
Right.
But also, Eichhorn last week, 11 of 16, 195 yards and a touchdown. The offense was cooking. It's got to give him confidence coming back from 20-0, wouldn't you say?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. There was some swag going on at the end of that game on Thursday.
Here's the thing. It's going to come down to who can stop the other team's rushing.
Mm-hmm.
With Hershey, with Cabrera, and with the Huskies with Schaefer. The thing is, I haven't seen Hershey. Have you?
No.
I don't know what their size is like, but with Altoona, Lower Dauphin, Mifflin County has trouble with bigger physical, bigger kids on the line.
Uh-huh.
So it all depends on what Hershey brings up, what their size is. It's going to be a tough game. Going to be a close game. My tiebreaker is being it. Here's the thing that's crazy, though. Do you know what I think? All 3, correct me if I'm wrong, but all 3 of Mifflin County's losses are at home.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So that means they're 4-0 on the road. What do you think? Give me your
Well,
thoughts.
I don't know who the schedule maker was, but the last three opponents that Mifflin County has played, Lower Dolphin, Milton Hershey, and now Hershey, they the Huskies get them right after they get McDevitt. um, so
Yeah.
for Lower Dolphin, that kind of affected everything. But no, I think that if Mifflin County, and you said about the size, but I think if Mifflin County can get out to a good start, a strong start, stay within their means, don't try to do too much, just do what got them where they're at. Um, I think they're going to come. It's a senior night. Everyone's going to be excited. Uh, I'm going to say that Mifflin County is going to be 5-3 at the end of this, and it'll be a 28-20 contest.
I think you're right about the start. Mifflin County, I'm telling you, Hershey, the kind of team that they are, Mifflin County can knock it down 20-0, or they're going to lose against these guys. They're not going to
Mm-hmm.
come back. Uh, but I think Shaper going for the record. They're pumped. It's home. I'm going to say the same thing. Really close game. I'm going to say 28-24 Mifflin County.
One of those things that you said a couple of weeks ago about Mifflin County having all those turnovers and penalties, and if they clean that up, they'll be okay. You were absolutely right, because in their game against Milton Hershey, I think they had maybe 5 or 10 yards penalties, and I think maybe one turnover, if that. So, that was right
Well, yeah,
on.
you can't. You're right. I mean, yeah, it's like you can't. It just destroys your rhythm, your timing, and everything when you have drive stop because of stupid penalties. If they play clean, yeah, they'll be
Mm-hmm.
all right. Let's go to you don't have to give a score because you're covering this game. But this is another one battle. The winner of this, the last year and this year, 5-2 Upper Dolphin travels to Juniata to take on the 4-3 Indians. The winner will win, most likely, the Mid Penn Liberty Conference. Last year, Upper Dolphin at home squeaked out the win over Juniata. And here we are again. They are the top two teams again. Juniata, a 4-game winning streak after that tough 0-3 start. And last week, buddy, maybe the best passing day. I don't have records. Maybe the best passing day in Indian history. Wyatt Ehrenzeller, 11 of 14, 281 yards, 6 touchdowns
Wow. And
through the air.
yeah. Well, he has such a great receiver too, in Jasper Sheps.
Yeah, Jasper, good thing you mentioned him. Shep, 6 catches, 189 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Mm.
It's kind of weird, isn't it? Because when you think of Juniata, you're always, at least I go back to the Klingensmith days. You think running the ball,
Oh yeah.
and even last year with Wyatt's brother Waylon Ehrenzeller,
Mm-hmm.
they ran.
Yep.
But no, this year they're a passing team, and 4 in a row. How do you like the way Juniata has been playing
Oh,
lately?
I love it. I love it. And I think playing those tough teams at the beginning of the season has started to really pay benefits. Um, Even though they lost their first three, they were playing, state ranked teams. And this was back when they didn't have a stable quarterback, a running game. They were trying to find themselves because of some of the players they lost to graduation. Now they're finding their rhythm. They're getting people back healthy, uh, and they've been on quite the roll ever since. And I think right now this is Juniata team is good enough to top Upper Dolphin this year, and I think it's going to be. I might say it's going to be a little bit of a blowout. I'm going to say
Ooh.
27 to 7.
Upper Dolphin last week crushed James Buchanan 52-6. No surprise there. They are the exact opposite of Juniata. They are a running team, and they've got like a four-headed backfield. Carter Dreibelbus had 100 yards last week, 2 touchdowns. Tyler Erdley, 93 yards, 2 touchdowns. Aiden Roadcap, 73 yards and a touchdown. Their leading rusher, Caleb Snyder, was held to 46 yards, but he had 2 scores. Last week against Buchanan, Kenny, they ran 37 times and only passed 3.
Wow.
So you know what they're going to do. So this game comes down to Juniata stopping their run and Upper Dolphin stopping Juniata's pass. You gave your prediction.
Yep.
I'll tell you what, I'm not going to have any fans. I'm going to take Upper Dolphin in this. I think they have. I was looking at stats and stuff. I think they have a better defense than Juniata this year. Going to be an incredibly close game, though. I'm going to say 21-17 Upper Dolphin. Sorry, Indians. Don't hate me. Penns Valley looking to snap their skid. 4-3. Travels to District 5 Somerset. 3-4 on the season. Last week, Penns Valley. It's hard. I don't think, and you are up there in Center County, you've covered them more than I have. I don't think I've ever seen Jackson Romig. Might have been his worst game ever as Penns Valley's quarterback. He threw for only 25 yards last week against Central.
Yeah, it's definitely not the roaming that we're used to.
And now Ty Watson had his game, 117 yards, 2 touchdowns. You're not going to stop him. Somerset lost to Bedford 28-7. They are a running team, pretty much one-dimensional running team, led by Rowan Holmes and Lane Lambert. This one here, just a different level of competition of who they played. Penns Valley, I think, is going to run all over them on this one. I'm going to say 35-14 Rams.
Yeah, I think this is one of those games where the Rams find their way to win again. They've had some really tough weeks. We go back to them almost losing to Phillipsburg and Bellefonte back-to-back. So this could be, this could have been a worse record. They could come in at 2-4, but they were able to take the wins. And now with Somerset, this is the kind of game where a sick team can get well. And I look for Penns Valley to do just that. I don't think Romig will have another one of his subpar games. So I look for them to get back on track, say 42-28.
And they need this too, because they're right there now with these last couple of losses. They are 8th in AA in District 6, and the top 8 make the playoffs. So they're right on the edge right now. They need, pretty much probably need to win out these last 3 games. So they definitely should be motivated against Somerset.
Well, how is that possible that we've only got 3 weeks left?
I know. Can you believe how fast this is going? 3 weeks and you're going to be in playoffs. Crazy, man.
It is.
Next up, Bald Eagle area, stinging from that first loss of the year, 6-1. get a real healthy relationship change here. This is a get right game against Johnstown, 0-7. We already know about Bald Eagle. Their defense is awesome. Carson Nagel, Cameron Dubbs, 3 great receivers in Kale and Gavin Burns, Cam Watkins. But I want to talk about Johnstown and how bad they are. Okay?
Okay.
Kenny, get ready. Trojans lost 42-8 to state-ranked Richland. Not a surprise there. But on the season, they've been outscored 247-20.
Wow.
And they've been shut out 5 of their 7 games. Ow. Okay. Bald Eagle area, 54-0. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Well, the only statistic that I'm going to say about this game is that it's going to be on a Saturday, and so there's enough time for all the Bald Eagle fans to get there, and I would not be surprised if there are more Bald Eagle fans in that stadium than there are Johnstown. 54-0 sounds like a good one, but I'm going to go to say 63-0.
Ooh.
And I think that the third string will probably get in before halftime.
Yeah, I would agree with that. He's going to give a chance to get the youngsters some varsity playing time, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, the Mount Union Trojans, 6-1. Not too far to travel. Go against Southern Huntington, 0-7. And Southern may be battling Johnstown for the worst team in District 6. Here's some Southern Huntington stuff. Ready?
Yep.
They lost 54-12 to West Branch. They've been outscored on the season 365-50. They've given 4 times they've given up over 50. One game they gave up over 60. And the lowest points they've given up is 45.
Holy crap.
Yeah. And if it isn't worse for them, Mount Union, with that 3-headed running game of Jay Sean Robinson, Josh Ryan, and Bryce Danish, found another one last week. Freshman Nasir Collins ran for 104 yards and 3 touchdowns on only 8 carries.
Wow.
Robinson had 102. Ryan had 70 and a touchdown. Danish had 66. This one is another one that's going to be ugly as sin. And I'm going to say 58-7 Mount Union.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be that long of a game. I know the mercy rule will probably be installed right at the beginning of the third quarter. I'm going to say 47-0.
Next, the Mounties, fresh off their second win of the year, travel all the way out there to Johnstown, take on Westmont Hilltop. The Hilltoppers are 2-5. And last week, Westmont lost to Bishop McCourt 14-13. They're led by Cody McMillan and Bryce Goodman, running back. They're a running team. Phillipsburg, as we said about with the Bellefonte, they only had 138 yards of offense last week and won the game.
Wow.
So this is one really like flip a coin.
Mm-hmm.
They're both almost alike statistically and everything else. 2-5, 2-5. The only reason I'm going to go Westmont. The only reason I'm going to go Westmont is because P.O. has to travel out there, and that's a pretty hefty trip over the Laurel Highlands. So I'm going to take Westmont 21-14.
Yeah, I see that long trip being problems too for the Mounties. I'm going to say it's going to be 14-7 Westmont.
I agree. Still will be close, but
Mhm.
just that is. I mean, when I'm old, but I used to hate traveling that too myself
Oh
when I
yeah.
had to.
Well, especially when you're halfway through and you get the sleepies as a player, and then you gotta wake up and try to be as intense. Well,
Yeah.
when you get it kind of takes some of your energy away.
And the Laurel Highlands, the mountain is like Crescent. It can be pretty everywhere else, and there it's bad weather.
Hmm.
It just is. All right. Belfont looking for their first win, 0-7. Also make the trip down there near Johnstown to take on Bishop McCourt, 2-5. And what we said, the Red Raiders outgained Phillipsburg 260-138. Liam Holderman, the quarterback, had 71 yards rushing, and he threw for a touchdown. Sherman Lowry, 101 yards and a score. Uh, Bishop McCourt, basically a one-man team, and Garrett Faribaugh, he's their quarterback and their leading rusher. Um, wow, the Red Raiders, it's just, they're moving the ball better. We talked about this with Halterman. They just have trouble scoring. I mean, they're getting yardage now. They just have trouble getting the ball in the end zone. And I think just like Phillipsburg making that long trip down, I'm going to give it to McCourt 17-7.
Well, sometimes when you go on the road and you're having such a kind of a downer of a year, um, you're playing for just pride, and you don't have it's you against the world. I've seen this Belfont team, and I'm going to keep harping at it. I've seen this Belfont team. They have talent. They have um, all the makings of a great team. They just need to learn how to finish. When they're in the red zone, and they've had stupid penalties that cost them, or a fumble that put them back. I still think that they're going to find a way, and they're going to blow the cap off this, and they're going to pick up their first win. And I'm going to say they're going to get on the scoreboard, and it's going to be a 21-10 game. Belfont.
I hope you're right. But I also know that you don't want your house being egged or anything.
uh,
But should be a good weekend. Good Friday. We have 3 games that are really key games, like Harrisburg State College, uh, Upper Dauphin, Juniata. That's probably going to decide conference championships. Hershey,
mhm.
Mifflin County, both playing for playoffs. Mifflin County wants to get the playoffs and maybe host a game. And then Penns Valley needs to win to stay alive in the Double A playoffs. So some key games. Also at the same time, though, you got two, the Mount Union Southern and Bald Eagle Johnstown are going to be really,
Yeah.
really ugly games.
Mm.
Basically just a glorified practice for them.
Yeah, yeah, and they're younger guys.
I don't know if you saw that score or not. I don't have an update. I know the Phillies were beating the Braves 6-1.
Oh, love it, love it. I haven't seen any updates. No.
So that is baseball fans wanting the playoffs. How
Now,
about
I just had a quick question before we left high school football here. I believe that if Mifflin County wins against Hershey on Friday, they clinch a playoff berth because they'll be 500 then for the season.
yeah, if they win, they're guaranteed 500. They will get a playoff berth. Yes.
And
Because
that's
they,
the first time in a long time that they might make back-to-back playoffs appearances, I believe.
yeah, I think, what was it, 13, and did they make it in 14 then?
I'm not sure.
Maybe not. But No, yeah, it's big for them because next week's McDevitt.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Next week's McDevitt.
Oh.
No, but it's going to make it tougher because they end with McDevitt and Redland.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be nice to get this out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't have to rely on the Redland win. Even though
Right.
they'll be favored in that game, you don't want to have it to come down to the last game to try to make the playoffs.
Exactly. Because you never know what can happen in a one-game situation like that.
Right. Major League Baseball scores right now, bottom of the eighth, 10-2. Phillies sticking it to the Braves.
Sweet.
And the bottom of the fourth, Astros 3-1 over the Twins.
Mm.
If Houston wins that, the American League Championship will be an all-Texas final because the Rangers eliminated. How about that? You win 101 games in the regular season, the Baltimore Orioles, and you're out. You get swept.
Yeah.
That's
Now,
nuts.
Texas, they came out of the blue, didn't they?
Yeah, well, the Rangers spent a crap ton of money in free agency to get people. The Astros have been good for a while.
Oh yeah.
But on the other side, the biggest surprise to me is right now the Diamondbacks with a 2-0 lead on the Dodgers.
You gotta love that.
That's
The Dodgers
crazy.
every year them and the Braves. You get tired of seeing them.
I know Jeff Stevens and Rocco Pilato don't like it. The other thing is, I said on the show last week, the Rams obviously did not Puka Nakua the Eagles. We lost 23-14, but it was a very close game. It was 17-14 at the half. Eagles, we just couldn't get anything going in the second half, but good game. Eagles are Eagles. They're very good. They're Super Bowl team. Rams hung with them, but came up short. So I owe Braden Treaster an apology because we didn't. We got Jalen Hurts. That's what did us in. So, man, any shout outs?
Yeah, I got a couple.
Well, you can't go yet.
All right.
We got to wait. Got to get my music in here, your music. Feed the Ducks. Kenny Varner, his shout outs. Feed the Ducks. All right, buddy, fire away.
Okay. First one is Mifflin County volleyball player Dakota Hirschberger.
Yes. Wait, watch what I did. Watch what I did. I knew you were going to shout her out. Shout out the volleyball. There she is.
Nice. Perfect, man. We got that thing going, Nice.
Go ahead.
Okay. She, of course, as you can see, reached the 800 kill mark in her career. Congratulations to her and the team who are still making a historic run as Mifflin County's most winningest volleyball team. I believe that they've qualified or will soon qualify for playoffs. So that would be great to see them in the postseason. So congratulations to Dakota and the Mifflin County Huskies volleyball team.
I do believe, I don't have the records, but that's got to be a school record, 800 kills. Wouldn't you say?
Oh, I would say, yeah.
Yeah, congratulations. They're 11-3 now. And I think they have qualified for the playoffs for the first time. So great job by Jenna Slepica and her girls. Go ahead, buddy.
And my second one, my last one, I quick shout out to the Juniata cross country team. They picked up the TVL championship title, and I believe it's their 7th in a row.
Yeah, Jeff Miller has a machine down there now.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure
And
Wyatt, did he win it? Wyatt Strout?
yeah, I believe he did. Let me.
Excuse me, I had to take
Yeah,
a
why
drink.
he won actually. Shout out to Wyatt Strout because he won the individual title. Course record 16:44.
Yeah, I mean, look what he's done, Jeff Miller, for a second, Kenny.
Mm-hmm.
You've had Garrett Boblett, then came Logan Strasser, and now Wyatt Strout.
Mm-hmm. And you got some girls coming on as well here.
Olivia Brubaker.
Mm-hmm.
How'd she do?
She got she ran 19:11 and set a course record. She finished first. So you know you got the 1-2 punch there, boys and girls.
That'll be interesting to see her at districts and that, because he told us on this show, Jeff did last year when she was an 8th grader, that she was going to be the best girls runner that Juniata's ever had. And she started that out right away, I believe. Wasn't she, if I remember, 3rd place at Big Valley to start the season?
Yeah, I believe. Yep.
She took 3rd.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they've got an impressive junior high program too that is really starting to get very popular and a lot of kids out. So yeah, they are building one heck of a program. Well, Jeff's always had a good program there, but it's a really like a very full of depth. And,
Yeah, it's a reload thing.
yeah.
What else do we got this week? Oh yeah, Penn State football ranked 6th is playing UMass, and everybody should automatically say why.
Yeah, it's your typical NCAAs. Have to pick on the little guy.
Here, what, UMass? Come get your $1 million check, and we're going to beat the crap out of you. But my whole point in all this, and this isn't just picking on Penn State. This is any team. What does your guys get out of that? It doesn't help you. It's like a glorified scrimmage.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just don't know.
Well, they're going to be going away once the Big Ten has those new teams come in, right? It'll be all conference. No, none of these cupcakes.
No, none of them at all. Yeah, I think it's. I mean, there's going to be non-conference, but not as many games this week. I mean, as there is now. What was I saying this week? College football this week. Obviously, we mentioned Penn State, UMass. The big rivalry. USC is going to take on Notre Dame at South Bend at 7:30. Another game between two ranked teams is UCLA, number 18, takes on 15th Oregon State. How about the Beavers? Ranked. 15th ranked. And then what I consider the big game of the day, number 8 Oregon travels to take on number 7 Washington.
The worst part of that, it's on the West Coast, and it'll be a later game, right?
Actually, it's 3:30.
Oh, nice.
They made him do it early for prime time.
Good move.
How about it? And of course, for Penn State fans wondering, Ohio State has a bye. Michigan takes on Indiana.
Mm.
That should be ugly, but you never know in college ball. You don't.
Mm. Well, what about Maryland keeping up with Ohio State there for a little bit on Saturday?
Oh, I know. They're better than people think. Tua's brother, Tagovailoa. I mean, he's got Maryland humming. That could be an interesting one with them in Penn State
Mm-hmm.
when they hook up.
Yeah, don't want to take that one too light. That's for sure.
Yeah, and I think probably to me it's like Duke. Can you believe Duke?
Mm. Mm-mm.
Nationally ranked. This is everybody. When you think Duke, you think
Mm.
basketball. You don't think football.
All right. Well, and Louisville knocking off
Oh,
Notre Dame.
Jeff Brom, his first year back at his alma mater, heck of a job there.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're undefeated too and ranked, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, beating Notre Dame. When could Louisville ever say they beat Notre Dame?
Oh, exactly. And that was a week after Notre Dame beat Duke.
Yeah.
This shows you the competition is definitely intense anymore, and not like it used to be.
Well, where the weather's starting to change a little bit, wrestling fans, Super 32 is getting ready to kick off in Greensboro, North Carolina. It's pretty much the start, the preseason big tournament of high school wrestling, and all the top kids are there, mostly at Super 32, and that kicks off, I think, this week. So,
Wow.
or the next week. It's still coming here in October. Wrestling and basketball are just around the corner.
Definitely. That'll be here before you know it as well.
Yeah, cold weather too.
Yeah, I was kind of not ready for that, that's for sure.
I'm a big wimp, buddy.
uh,
Well, so what do you got this week?
well, I got a kind of a cool weekend here. Um, Tomorrow I cover Bald Eagle Belfont volleyball. I've been doing rivalry week. I did the girls and boys soccer here Monday and Tuesday, but then I'll do the volleyball tomorrow. Then I'm in Juniata covering. I'm in Upper Dolphin. Saturday, little change of pace, not doing too much. Sunday, I want to take a shout out here to the Penn State football team. They have invited our special needs Bulldogs football team to attend their practice, which
Oh,
is
that's
really,
cool.
yeah, right before Ohio State too. So yeah, they're gonna let us sit through and probably hopefully get some autographs and all that. So it's gonna be a fun weekend.
That's great. Way to go. I know your guys are going to love that.
Oh yeah, David Five's already starting to buzz about it.
And that was nice for Penn State, too.
Yeah, I was very surprised to hear from him. That was nice.
Cool. Cool. The only thing I got going is tomorrow night. I got the Husky hotline on Big Louie if you're in the Lewistown area. Tomorrow night we have Shane Bree on, the coach of the Huskies, and he'll bring some players on out at Vince's. That's at 7 o'clock. Well, 7:05 it starts. That's my only thing, man. I'm all free.
A lot of good games though too, so be able to catch up. Well, you might be able to get the state college game.
Oh yeah, yeah. I plan on seeing that, baby.
Awesome.
That's the one for me. because it's going to be, and of course I'll watch the Mifflin County um, Hershey. I was going to say Milton Hershey game.
Mhm. I'll tell you, Milton Hershey has a nice stadium.
Oh
Very
yeah,
nice.
yeah, don't they?
Don't like the color of the field though, but yeah, it's all in all, it's a pretty nice stadium there.
Oh, absolutely. They have a lot of money in that school district, and
Mm.
yeah, they have a nice campus, nice field. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So we made the hour go, buddy.
Boy, I'll say. I can't believe it's been an hour already.
We like talking sports. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
So that's going to about wrap it up for us tonight. We'll be back next week with another guest, hopefully, uh, and another show.
Mhm.
And got good sports coming, high school, college, pro games. Uh, Great weekend for sports, especially if you're a football nut like we are. And just go out and enjoy it. Support the kids. Support all the student athletes. How about it, Kenny?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. We got a lot of kids playing everywhere, collegiate wise, high school wise, even the little guys on Saturday and Sundays that play the youth league. So if you have an athlete in your family, go watch them. They'll definitely enjoy you being there.
All right, that's going to about wrap it up for us. Any final words, Kenny?
No, just stay dry if you're going out to some of those games. I think they're calling for rain on Saturday, so just make sure and dress for the weather.
You bet. All right, everybody. Once again, thank you for tuning into the press box, for listening in, and have a great rest of your week and an even better weekend. And we will see you next Wednesday. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.